Hello and welcome back to another wrap-up episode of Who Would Win Masters. Tonight, we open the ballot box on a fight between two men who look human, who sound human, and who are absolutely not human. A battle of ionic energy versus smart atoms, Hollywood versus intergalactic conqueror, stardom versus mustaches. Today, we're breaking down the aftermath of our latest battle, revealing the vote totals, diving into your takes, pulling comments straight from Discord and other places, and we're going to see how this fight really played out. I'm Sam Proof on all the socials, and we're diving into what you had to say. We're diving into what you had to say when we asked you one simple question: who would win, Wonder Man versus OmniMan? The battle may be over, but the argument's just about to begin. Representing Wonder Man and returning to the show tonight is Matthew Dawson. Matthew, welcome back. You're actually repping Wonder Man in another podcast as well. Any updates on that?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I have the script in hand. I just have to do the thing, make it happen. So I'm very excited to be voicing Wonder Man, and this was a great opportunity to really dive deep into the character for this show. So it was a fun time.
All right. And a man who has repeatedly tried to get the baggers at Trader Joe's to call him Wonder Man, it's the one and only Ray Stakenas. Ray, we are recording this on Valentine's Day. Are you in as much trouble as I am for dipping out this evening?
No, I will say right now, my wife has one of her cousins is staying over with us for the night. So they're out having their own happy fun times. And I said, hey, I'm going to podcast tonight. I'm going to record a wrap-up episode of Who Would Win Masters. And she looked at me like she could care no less about where I am with her family member in town.
Awesome.
I am very excited,
Well,
and I do get people to call me Wonder Man at sometimes at Trader Joe's. They won't do it, but I did. I got a name tag that says Wonder Man, and I say, I'm just getting off of work, and they still don't do it. Nobody's buying it, And I'm very excited to talk about this episode. I haven't looked at all of the comments, I haven't looked at all the polls, but given that I won in such a decisive, demanding, obviously landslide manner on the battle last week, I definitely assume that the people will be well on my side, and that they will. It'll just be one after another. Hashtag Ray was right, and you know what? These are the type of victory laps that I love to do.
We'll see. We'll get into that in a little bit. Quick shout out right now to Lord Snurts, who is joining us in the live chat, which you could do for as little as $0 on our Patreon. That's right. You can join us at patreon.com/whowouldwinmasters. Sign up as a free or paid member, and you can join us like Lord Snurts. And William Schmidt has just popped in to this behind-the-scenes wrap-up episode, which is live recorded live. How do words work?
I'm not sure. I don't understand how, and I've seen the numbers. I know that the number of people who listen to this show far are greater than the number of people who are on our Patreon. And I think that number should be a lot higher. It should be a lot higher, especially given that we give all the perks for $0. I mean, what are we talking about here? I keep saying it. There's no trick to it. We decided that we wanted to grow the Patreon, grow the brand, and the best way to do it is just invite everybody who wants to be a part of it to come be a part of it and not charge them anything for it. My goodness, it's the best deal on Patreon.
Yeah. Clicking links is hard.
Especially in an audio format. I get that. You're in the car, you're listening, you're like, well, I'm listening, I'm driving, what do I do? Pull over right now. You pull your car over to the side of the freeway, you wave traffic by, and you get on your phone and do that right now.
You're already texting and driving. Why not something?
There you go.
And a legitimate question. I went to a stand-up comedy show a few weeks ago. I don't know if I talked about this on air. But he had a very good point in his act. And he said, before we had cell phones, how did we ever get into car accidents?
There you go. We're giving back.
Yeah. What were we doing?
Giving back to the insurance companies. That's what we do.
Every day on my ride home, I see this big sign that says 30% of car accidents are because of drunk driving. Wow. And I'm just thinking that That leaves 70% of car accidents are from
I know.
sober driving.
Just
Right.
So
dummies.
it's safer
Doesn't
to drink
seem
and drive.
right.
Can I tell you, I was parked,
Really?
not parked, I was at a red light and I was stopped behind a police car. And the police car had a bumper sticker on it that said, "Eyes on the road." I go, well, then stop distracting me with your dumb
With your
bumper stickers.
Bumper sticker.
Rude. Anyway, I'm done. So if you want real
All right.
soapboxing, just go listen to Knowing Is Half the Podcast. But you're not here for that right now. You're here for hot wrap-up action on Valentine's Day. Ooh, spicy. That's as far as I go.
Great. Well, let's get
But
into
we
it.
have
We've
reviews,
got
Sam. We have
some
reviews.
reviews. Let's do it. You
Got
gave
two
me
new
one I can
reviews this
already
week.
see.
Now we're down. Yeah, we had 4 and then 3 the last 2 weeks. So, people,
All right.
look, 2 is great. If we get 2
Reviews
every single
we got
week,
more.
I'll
Let's
be
get more.
happy.
All right.
But I want to make sure we keep getting more. If you have not reviewed the show and you're listening right now, it is the literal least you could do is give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, and we will read your review on the air.
I hope
And
there
they
are
can do
battle
that-
suggestions in these reviews. They're my favorite.
Oh, I think there are. But people can do this every episode, right? They can do a new review. Is that a thing, or are they limited?
You put a new review in there every look. A lot of people. We have a
Wow.
lot of people who refresh their reviews, and they'll give us
There
a
you
new 5-star review with new words in the box because they like to be heard on air. To me,
There you
it's
go.
easier to just join Patreon and leave comments. But
That's
I mean,
true.
you do you. The key is I will do my best to try to stay updated on that, and we will do the thing.
All right, I'm going to get this first review out. I'm going to stall a lot because I can scan it already and see how many things I'm going to mispronounce, and that's awesome. But thanks for
lot of
giving this
words.
one to me. All right, this
Oh,
comes
I did that
from
on purpose.
yeah, of course you did, from Bartholomew, and that is Mew like a cat. Winglewood, I like that. This says titled 5 stars, so you know right away that's what they gave us. I really like this show. It gives me entertainment when I'm bored. Also, can you guys use more anime characters? God, didn't we read this one before? Like Denji from Chainsaw Man or Tanjiro from Demon Slayer because they both got movies. Also, please read this one on air. Hashtag Sam's Decision Song. Maybe I just read this one in the past. I don't typically look at the thing, but maybe I already read this one to myself in the past. But yeah, I don't really know either of those characters.
Oh, well, I mean,
I'm
the
going
one
to
is
say 100% we
Chainsaw
can do
Man.
it. Yeah, we
I
can do
believe
it.
Denji
Chainsaw
is the
Man
main
and Demon
character.
Slayer.
Yeah.
Do you know Demon
Yeah.
Slayer? I don't know Demon Slayer.
I
mean,
I've
I know
dabbled in
of.
the Demon Slayer. Yeah. The thing is, when I see all these battle suggestions, you want more anime characters on the show. You want Chainsaw Man. You want
Sure.
Tanjiro. Make an email. Like, do it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I'm a fan of the anime. I'm trying to stay up on certain anime. I watched a bunch of Chainsaw Man anime just so I could rep that character on the previous iteration of the show. I watched Solo Leveling last season so I could do Sun Jin Woo. And there's other cases where I'm absolutely thrilled to do the anime. The big key is people just got to show up for it. I mean, I keep banging this drum because it keeps being true that when we do anime characters, we drop like 20% in numbers. So it's like, if you
Right.
want anime characters, get your friends to listen to the episodes that have anime in them. Like that's the way you're going to impress us. That's the way you're going to make us want to do more. We're actually going to be taking a risk the next few weeks of what we're getting booked up because we got video game characters coming on. Allegedly, sometimes these fall through.
Sure.
I don't like to make promises unless I know for sure. But we have our next battle. We'll talk about it at the end. It's one of the weirder battles I think we've ever put together. I don't know how we got there, but I will give you a hint. One of the 2 characters is a video game character.
All right. Do you think we get
I'm intrigued.
more views on video game characters or anime characters?
We don't tend to drop off very hard when we do video game characters. I'll
Okay.
say that.
All right.
It's just an anime thing. And if we do
yeah.
like hardcore like main characters, like the previous show, we had Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker, and that immediately skyrocketed to the top. That was the #1 most listened to episode, finally beating Mario versus Sonic Part 1.
All right.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've got a review to read here as well. It's called Koopa Troopa Like in Mario from our friend Kappa Troopa Kid. So I believe he's letting us know right there that it is actually supposed to be pronounced Koopa Troopa. And he you know what? We're getting this a lot in our reviews for some reason. People having issues with things we said on the show, still giving us 5 stars, but defending themselves.
That's all right.
And so here it is, because he suggested previously Galactus versus Devastator, and we sort of did a side eye at that suggestion.
I was here for this.
Yeah.
I remember this.
So here's his rebuttal to our comments on the show. Like, this is, look, who needs telenovelas when you have Who Would Win Masters wrap-up show? He says he meant Galactus from the new Fantastic Four movie version, and Galactus, that version, and Devastator are the same size. Sorry, I should have specified. I still don't think that's accurate.
I still don't think that's true,
but it's closer.
It's better. But
he says, I still love the show. I just joined the Patreon, and it's great.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Koopa Troopa. I'll try to say it right, although every time I see it, it's not what it says, but it is what it is. Look, he has more matchups he wants to see. Here are some suggestions, Matthew Dawson.
All right,
you got
I'm ready.
Supergirl versus Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I like it.
You got Vecna versus Ultron.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he has here, because
trying to figure out how that works, but
he says if you think about it, they're really similar. Just one is flesh and the other is robots.
I suppose.
It just kind of sucks that, like, most of Vecna's thing is, like, telekinesis and telepathy, and all that is gone when you're fighting Ultron.
Well, I think he's talking about doing the forces, too. He says Demogorgons don't count as outside help because Ultron will have his robots. So we're talking like an army battle here or something.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, it's a little different. Because, also Vecna has that whole, like, preying upon the person's anxieties and fears and stuff, which obviously in the Ultron case wouldn't work. Yeah. So, like, it would have to fall down to the army kind of situation.
Yeah, William raises a good point in chat. Do robots dream? Maybe Ultron, like, had a nightmare about being a toaster one day, and Vecna's going to prey on that.
To be fair, we do know that they dream. They dream of electric sheep. Come on, what are we doing here, everybody?
Right.
He has a couple more here. He's got Punisher versus Deadshot, and he's got Black Adam versus Dr. Doom, round 2, because Ray should have won the first time. I agree. I thought that was a terrible decision. I don't know who did it, but it was not a good one. He says, thank you, and please keep the show going. Also, I love the idea for the tournament.
Awesome.
The tournament. We are talking about doing a tournament. Matthew Dawson, if we do a tournament, will you participate?
I will particate. I will be there, and I will be avoiding any conflict. So just give me bye rounds till the end, and I'll be there at the last round.
Boy, that'd be outstanding.
It's great for me.
Well, March Madness is coming up, and some of these gigantic conferences kind of do that now with their basketball, like Big Ten tournament and whatnot. So I don't think that's how it's going to go. It's going to be eight people. We've seeded one side. The number 1 seed is William Schmidt. The number 2 side would be, I haven't asked him yet, but if he'll do it, Blake Fulton as the 2 debaters of the year, I should say. And William wants to rep Shaq from the Shaq Fu video game. That, honestly, like, I'm in. But we're talking about having those 2 as being the 1 and 2 seed. Everybody else is a random seed because I don't want any feelings hurt here. And that we're just going to randomize the rest of it just so our 2 debaters of the year can't meet until the finals, assuming they win. And then we're going to go 8 people. It's going to be random characters for each round. We'll do an episode of the wrap up, and we will divvy out all the matchups for round 1. And then I have the nightmare of putting that together. What a delight. And that's going to be, we're going to try to do that over the summer. So we have 4 months, Sam, to put this together.
All right.
So here we go. Yeah, we're going to be there. But anyway, I guess I can't stall any further. I'm excited to see how badly I won this. Sorry, Matthew Dawson. We have the fan vote. They're in. We have the Mortalverse one first, and then the Patreon one.
That's correct.
I'm excited. Let's make it happen. I gotta try to find my drum roll. Always a ride trying to make this work.
All right, starting with the Mortalverse, which of course, while Ray finds that, is from the Mortalverse server that Matthew Dawson runs.
Yes. The Mortalverse Fantasy League. Be there. It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Do we have it?
If you're ready, Sam, here we go.
Let's do it. with 88% of the vote from the Mortalverse server, WonderMan. All right. That doesn't seem like the right
people
sound
think it's a
effect,
cool
I think.
joke.
Cheering on, Ray.
It's a weird.
This is
weird.
outrageous.
I think. Did you hit the?
Was I vaguely threatening on Discord to people to vote for me? Perhaps.
Yeah, and a good point was made here. The actual poll, I'm looking at it now, says 88% to 13%. So I think there is some weird voting happening in the
Interesting.
Mortalverse servers. Lord Sturts brings it up here.
Look at that. That's some shenanigans. All right, let's should we do the official Patreon
I'm
poll?
excited because obviously we're going to turn this around. The Mortalverse one is obviously tainted. The Mortalverse poll is affected by Matthew Dawson shouting at people. He's not
That's
shouting
fair.
at people on Patreon that I could see at least.
Yeah.
So
He learned
I'm
everything
excited.
he could from William Schmidt, and
That's right. That's right. Look, I mean, there's
Yelling at
been a
people.
method. I'm going to have to start campaigning for my own show. This is not great. Drum roll coming
right.
in.
here we go. From the Patreon, the official Who Would Win Masters Patreon. With an astounding 77%, the winners that you, the people, have picked is WonderMan. Congratulations, Matthew Dawson.
Let's go.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
That is
The people showed up.
23% for OmniMan. Sorry, Ray. Yeah, that is a big win for you,
Nope.
coming back from that
We're
Sonic
just going
defeat.
straight to commercial.
All right.
We're going straight to
You
commercial.
can't
It's over.
hide in ad breaks forever, Ray.
We're going to have to go to a quick ad break, everybody.
You only have so many Arby's commercials you can play
Oh,
for
shoot.
the people right now.
Well, that's our show, everybody. Thanks for coming and being a part of. And if you think you've got what it takes, then send an email of. All right, enough of this bit. What is happening right now? What was the percentage right there?
Yeah, what was that?
77 to 23.
77%.
for WonderMan, 23% OmniMan.
Wow.
I'm a little shocked. I thought it was going to be a little closer. But yeah, I mean, Matthew did an excellent job. And I do have to admit that I fumbled the call. Like, I, at the very last minute, second-guessed myself on 1 or 2 points, and I made a switch before I finished reading my verdict. I swear.
Wow.
And I told the guys this earlier, but
Now, Snertz is bringing this up. I'm looking over right now. Snertz, he sees 83-17 for WonderMan on the Who. Now, here's the deal. We were supposed to be recording this episode tomorrow, so we have the poll is still up until Sunday night.
that's true.
So
It could
we
still
just
be
clipped
going.
it. The team clipped it off at the right when we started recording this today. So if you see a different number in the Patreon than what we just read on air, it's because more votes came in, but we can't tell the future. Maybe here's the deal. Maybe I did win this poll. We don't actually know.
That's true.
There's
People
22
have, like,
more hours. after we
24
record
hours
this.
as of recording.
So
We'll just keep
you know what?
going. We'll just have live reporting on the scene. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, WonderMan now 83%, 17% for OmniMan. We'll check back in on those numbers as more states call in.
That's right. I've seen enough to call it. Ray won this. Not all the districts. The Ray districts have not come in yet.
AP
And if
Press
Ray
is
ends up
out
winning,
there.
I'll buy a shirt from the merch store. Says Snertz. Thank you, Snertz. You should be buying one
CNN
anyway.
is
but
calling
we actually
this
need to do a
one.
face.
All right.
Oh my goodness. So that is Matthew Dawson. How do you feel? Obviously, your campaign was successful as far as we know it.
There was no campaign. There was only good, honest debate. I don't
think we need
to
to get paid
to
patrons
flood my
back.
Facebook feed with
Voting.
begging for votes to beat you, Ray. I just had to say the right things. No, I came into this battle really confident. Like, I wrote that debate and I was like, there's no way I lose. And then Sam said I lose. And it broke
Yeah.
my heart a little.
I apologize because I honestly was there and I was
On
like, it's
Valentine's Day.
WonderMan. I know. And then at the last minute, I like looked over my notes again and I was like, I'm not sure just how quick. For me, it was almost the reverse of the Scott Pilgrim thing. And I was like, but how fast does he come back? And I couldn't find anything that was like, it's instantaneous or, it's under 2 minutes. And I was like, oh, I think I'm got this wrong, and I switched it to OmniMan. And I'm like, I don't know. You know,
I did make a point in the point 2 how he got like completely disintegrated and kind of just whoop
right.
back together. I made that sound. It's a great sound. Whoop.
It's a good sound.
I didn't write "foop" in my notes, and I guess that's where I lost
That's
it.
probably how you missed that. That's probably how.
Yeah, we don't want that. I mean, to be fair, no, Matthew Dawson, congratulations. You did do an excellent job.
You did. It was fantastic.
I did feel after the battle was over, before Sam gave his decision, that I could have been looking at my first loss of the year much earlier than the previous season. And, you know, and I was like, dang, dude, he really brought it this week. Maybe I was up against it. Maybe I could have done more. I feel like my arguments were good, but definitely you came in with the heat and the fire and the drive, and we love to see it. That's why we have you back again to bring that kind of an energy. Of course, Sam did pick me, so I am the winner. Still,
Well,
obvious. The people can say what they will, and for all I know, they're still going to pick me.
They have a couple more hours.
Sam is but one voice, but to me, the loudest and most
the
important
loud voice. Yeah, sure.
That's the only one you can hear.
That's right. As I choose to see it. That's it. No, congratulations on definitely getting a strong. I mean, but you see right there, like the numbers even came down a little bit. I was able to sway a little bit people to the side. I give myself that. If the Mortalverse poll is 90-10 and the Patreon poll is 100-0, that means that I went backwards with an uphill battle. Not that, but in this case, I went forward. So I will take solace in that. I tell other people that as well. So I will tell myself that today as I cry into my water jug here on the wrap up show.
Into your Nolan Grayson body pillow tonight.
It is. I think I just spilled water on myself. It's fine.
Nice.
Don't worry about that. Here we go. We got comments today.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
Yes.
I was going to say, William Schmidt in the chat says, I think Matthew made fantastic counterpoints in this battle, and I agree 100%. Like, he brought the heat in every beat, every point, every counterpoint.
I struggle with the counterpoints because I will say, for anyone thinking about doing this in the future, coming on the show and debating, I feel I did better this time because I know so much more about OmniMan than I did Goku. Like, I just have a higher level of knowledge. And Ray, I have so many notes in my counterpoints that I couldn't use because time. I felt time was the biggest enemy to me this battle. So I am glad that the counterpoints that I had to really pick and choose did come through, but I left thinking I was gonna lose after Sam's decision, and I was like, dang, I didn't pick the right counterpoints. Like it after Sonic versus Goku, I really did learn counterpoints are almost more important than the actual points you're making.
Yeah. Matthew Harris came on the show a few times as a judge, and as he very well said, counterpoints is where the sauce is made, and I agree with that 100%.
Agreed. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But anyway, we got comments. We got lots and lots of comments.
Let's roll into them.
Pull them from everywhere we can. I got Ollie Lowe. Ollie Lowe is from the UK. He has sent us an email. He will be appearing on a future episode unless something really terrible happens. But knock on wood, what am I conjuring? He says, good battle. For me, Wonder Man took it. Come on, Ollie. What's going on here? Yes, I acknowledge Ray's point about targeting Wonder Man's self-doubt, but it's not like he's going to have an abundance of knowledge about Wonder Man to target. What's he going to do? Mock his outfit with the big W on the chest? Probably works better on people in his own universe where he has more knowledge. Simon Williams is an actor. He's probably used to people saying mean things about him, especially if he's ever been on the internet. Fair. Yeah. I'm not sure he survived to see the internet, but that's a different story. Not saying it wouldn't have an impact, but that it's possible. But that it's possibility. What is he saying here? But that it's possibly not going to be as effective as Ray thinks. I'm not sure the holding breath for 2 weeks point holds a lot of water when getting punched by a being that can trade blows with Marvel's heavy hitters. And I'd say the Marvel power ceiling is a lot higher than the Invincible one. Fair. Durability, no fatigue, and the ability to reform himself, and the ability to attack from a distance, all while rendering Omni-Man's favorite methods of attack ineffective. Yeah. Matthew took it for me, but well done to Ray for managing to convince Sam. That feels pointed. That feels like an aggressive way to end that comment, Ollie. What is happening?
You got one.
Pretty good right there. Yeah, Sam's taking shots. I did like Sam going on Patreon and immediately being like, yeah, man, I might have screwed this one up. Thanks, Sam. That doesn't affect the voting at all.
I don't think I used those words, but yeah.
I think your exact words were, this was clearly a mistake. Matthew Dawson, I got bamboozled in this battle, and Matthew Dawson deserved to win. Please vote for Matthew. You may as well have said that, Sam, for God's sake.
I'm pretty sure
I
my
don't have
exact
a campaign for myself because I have Sam to do it for me.
I think my exact words were, I was drunk. Somebody drugged me, and I was replaced with a clone.
Yeah.
So I take no responsibility for that.
Can't remember if I said this in the episode or off camera, but I literally second-guessed my answer.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
You're reading. Hey, all right.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate you helping the voters.
You got to get ahead of things. I'm not one of those people that double downs when they make a mistake.
You could wait till the poll's over.
All right, in the future.
Do me that at least.
All right, I'll do it.
I mean, you don't have to. I don't know. I think the people were gonna.
I loved it. Sam. Keep doing it.
I think Rohan was gonna answer for Matthew Dawson one way or another. I don't think your comment had,
so.
But I'm still gonna blame it 100% for what just happened.
That's fine.
I'll
blame you for what's about to happen here. Yeah. John Shanks
fair. Yeah.
Says, I went into this thinking OmniMan would dominate, but Matt won me over with his master debating. Love how he brought in the asking skills like Gary in Team America and at the end to entrap OmniMan. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you meant say acting skills.
I think you meant acting skills.
That makes more sense. Acting skills. Yes. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I wanted to bring in the acting in some way, and that seemed fun. Mm-hmm. So we did it.
I like it.
Yeah. It's hard to bring in acting to a fight, but
I did finish the Wonder Man miniseries. I don't know if we all did. I don't want to ruin anything.
I have not. I'm like just 3 or 4 episodes in, so
it's very good.
Okay.
It's very good. Yeah, it keeps a level of fun quality. I think it kind of we'll talk about it in the next part of the show.
Yeah,
anyway,
we'll do it in the
because I have it listed to talk about in the next part of the show, but we won't spoil anything, so don't worry about that. Oh, next up we have a comment from Matthew Dawson. # just a guy who punches. Awesome.
I stand by it.
Really, I'm really enjoying this one. Really, I think I feel how Leroy Patterson felt last week on this show.
There you go. All right.
I think I'm getting it.
The infamous roast of Leroy Patterson.
Man,
the world will
terrible.
never forget.
See, and that's the difference is Leroy did not have enough notes to counterpoint and ended up wasting some of his main points in using them in counterpoints. So you did good by overcompensating for your need for points. And I think that's the way to do it.
Bring more things to say, not less.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want to be at the end going, I had all these other things I could have, whatever. All right, Nate says, # Matthew murders, # Dawson dominates. There you go. Short and simple.
Now, what is with people leaving hashtags as their
I don't know how I feel about # Dawson dominates, but
I mean, this is on the internet forever. So
yeah.
Don't worry about that.
It is Valentine's Day.
To be fair, Nate did just recently join our Patreon, if I remember correctly, and thank you for joining. Nate is an outspoken member of the community, and I appreciate you coming on over and having something to say, even if you agree with Matthew Dawson and not. That's fine. Fine. I'm over it. Forbidden Mob. Okay, buckle in. Forbidden Mob's got a lot to say.
Oh boy.
He says Matthew won. Sam is wrong.
Yeah.
I know it feels gross saying that. Sam wrong? Right. Sounds like fan fiction. Matthew painted a perfect picture of why Simon wins. He's too durable. Healing factor's incredible. His speed equal to Omni. He does everything Omni can and more. OmniMan has only 2 advantages. He's more brutal, and the other, the real threat being repped by Almighty Ray. Thank you, Forbidden Mob. I agree with that. But he says it wasn't enough. Omni opponents, including Invincible, are overall weaker than Simon's, who's fought Thor, Hulk, and even Hercules. And all 3 of them, squash Omni. Like Matthew said, Omni has gone downhill since season 1. His opponents, Alan the Alien, Conquest, and even his son have beaten him. Sam, you said it yourself, and if I'm misquoting here, but Omni has 2,000 years of experience versus Wonder Man defeating the Avengers, Thor, Iron Man, Wasp, Captain America, and more. Omni cannot win that fight. Also, one more thing, Cap's training works across all power levels. If two powerful supes like these two fight, and one knows how to counter grapple and has a higher fighting IQ, that one wins, which would be Wonder Man. Regardless, I love the episode. Ray, you took home the win. Well done. Thank you. Matthew, I think many people would agree you were superb and brought up the better points. Hold your head up high, champ. Well done. Sam, we still love you. LOL.
All right.
You two are both going through it this week. Sam's not catching a break.
I expected it. It's fine. I get
Sam,
it.
look, I don't want to say anything about anything. You can never be wrong.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, look, here's the deal. We did an entire season 1, and the people only disagreed with you one time. And it was
and now they
right
got a
at the
taste
end,
of
like
it.
the next to last battle.
Yeah.
And now that we're
relatively
3 episodes
recently.
deep in this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was relatively recently, so they got a taste of it, and they're like, how much more can we get away with? Well, that's it. That's it. No more. Same side from here out, guys. All right.
William
be
Shitson
okay.
disagrees, by the way.
Forbidden Mob, I appreciate you actually listening to my points and not tuning out at the word foop.
Fair.
I just didn't write it down.
Foop is a good jumping in point, as far as
look. You know, this side of the job is you got to type a lot, and you miss a lot.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah, it's
so,
not easy.
It is not easy. And then, also being able to remember an hour's worth of stuff that just happened. Apparently, that's also really not. All right, anyway, let's move on. Oscar/Terry McGinnis says, now this is an interesting match, which I'm very torn about. OmniMan is one of the most powerful Viltrumites, I really wanted to say Vegemites, in the galaxy and could easily mop the floor with most opponents. However, Wonder Man is virtually indestructible. Not only is he incredibly durable, but he is also made out of pure energy, and you can't really destroy energy. That being said, you could try and disperse his energy and scatter him, but even then, Simon has been known to reconstitute himself. When it comes to raw power, I think Simon might have the upper hand. He's an energy being and has all the energy manipulation powers you can think of. However, Simon's powers are connected to his mental state, so if Simon isn't feeling 100%, he's not going to be able to access his full potential. That's what they said to me in middle school as well, by the way. And there is one other thing that there's one other thing that one also has to think about when it comes to Wonder Man. Current Wonder Man in the comics is a pacifist, and he will not use his powers in an offensive manner, meaning that Simon would probably be on the back foot for the majority of the fight. He will try not to harm Omni-Man and let any civilians get hurt, which logically leads me to believe that Omni-Man will win this fight. All right, Oscar, thank you.
Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. I didn't lean too hard on the whole he's a pacifist thing, because we do try to do
Probably
these battles at the height of their powers. I think, well, that character wouldn't fight is a pretty lame who would win argument.
Right.
So I don't lean too hard on those battles. I'm not saying it's not possible, but if that's the argument you want to do, why not just say this fight takes place after Wonder Man was dead, so therefore he can't fight? Like, well, what are we doing at that point? Like, let's
Sure.
have the debate.
Yeah. And that is kind of why I posited in that, like, final point scenario. I do think Omni-Man would get the first punch. He might get the first 5 punches. But, I think I was kind of going for, like, a Mike Tyson thing, you know? How he's like, I don't want to fight, but the demons tell me to. That's kind of how I see Wonder Man. And I think that just makes him a super interesting character. So I did want to put it on the table. I thought it was a good point. And apparently Oscar didn't. So Oscar, sorry.
That's fair. William in the live chat here says, lots of folks are pacifists until they get punched in the face. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
see, that happens. That happens. Well, I got one here from Dr. Moxford, PhD, who says, great to hear Matthew Dawson back. Congrats on the Wonder Man gig. This battle was another nail-biter. The contenders similar in so many ways. Strength. The thing that put Omni-Man over in my mind was his willpower. That ability to keep getting back up after being punched 10 feet deep in the ground and suffering extensive internal damage. With that being said, I give this match to Matthew Dawson and Wonder Man. I don't think OmniMan has a counter for Wonder Man's ability to absorb life force. Hashtag whole milk, not to be confused with half and half. Our great sponsor last week was the Whole Milk, I believe, Alliance. And they, consider milk.
Yeah, I did. What was the percentage of whole milk that you said, Sam? That I didn't know that. It was like 3.2%.
I don't recall.
It was. I was like, I didn't even know that there was a percentage. I just thought it was 100%.
It was 100%.
It's whole.
Oh, that's ridiculous. How
just
could
whole
it be
milk is 100%.
There's got to be other
delicious.
things in there. Yeah, there's fat and stuff, and I don't know. It's 3.25% by milk fat by weight.
I learned a little more about
there you go.
milk last week.
Look, we're here to educate as well as entertain.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, chocolate milk, not from brown cows, just in case anyone was confused about that.
What?
What?
That's guys. Moving on. All right.
Next, you're going to tell me strawberry milk isn't from pink cows.
Thank you.
Wow. All right, Lord Snurts. This is the royal section of the reading. What is that? Please don't drink raw milk. Thank you, William. That's also a fair point. All right, Lord Snurts.
There are a lot of health risks associated with that.
Yeah.
I'm no top level health official in the United States government, but I do know that a bacteria could potentially be bad for you.
Yes.
That's my science knowledge.
That is good science. All right, Snurts says, Matthew won the match. Wonder Man's ionic energy tips the scales in his favor. The point about OmniMan crashing through his body only to be hurt by that energy was excellent, which I actually discounted and wasn't positive that was going to. Anyway, Matthew also did a great job explaining how the fight could go, even if it was a bit brutal for a family show. Fair. He also mentioned the fighters are at their peak. Wonder Man being a pacifist isn't a part of the equation. I don't think OmniMan taunting Wonder Man during the fight would matter, especially if the latter knows innocent lives are on the line. Another fun match. All right, thank you, Snurts.
Well, we try to make the matches fun.
That was good, yeah. I definitely was a very good match. This whole season so far has been some awesome matches.
Yeah, I look forward to putting a real clunker out there. So let's see.
Yeah, we got to really dumb it down a little bit. Get some.
We got to get some real dog poop matches on the docket. Yeah. We'll see. I'll start trying to book them now. Ooh,
God.
Oh my goodness. William Smith. This is our last comment. No, here we go. No, we're not doing a Scooby-Doo matchup.
No, all right.
You shut your mouth, Sam. William Schmidt's got the last comment of the day. We save him for last as he usually has some of the best stuff to say. In my opinion, OmniMan would dominate the early stages of the fight due to his speed, viciousness, and military training. We could probably just end the comment right there. I think that's probably all he had to say.
Keep reading.
Is there? Oh, there's more. Should I keep reading? I was happy just stopping the count right there. All right. Well, it says, but Nolan has no reliable way to kill a being made of pure energy. It's true that Viltrumites have a high tolerance for extreme temperatures and physical damage, but Wonder Man's blasts and strikes are both powerful enough to hurt OmniMan. Nolan gets tired, Simon does not. Nolan has no way to heal during the battle, but Simon does. Without a way to disrupt, diminish, or absorb Wonder Man's ionic energy form, Simon would eventually wear Nolan down and deliver the KO shot as we've seen others do to Nolan in the Invincible comics and show. I predict this will be the second split decision in who would win Masters history. Wow, Kreskin over here.
There you go.
Because Matthew came prepared and put forth enough facts to pave a clear path to victory for Wonder Man in my mind. Congratulations, Matthew. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you, William.
I
learned from you how to overturn a Sam's decision.
Wow.
Look at this.
All right.
The student has become the master. Or something.
Ooh.
Anyway, those are all of the comments. Any last things before we sort of move on to the second half of the show? Matthew Dawson, any final statements for the people at home? Anybody who heard that battle? Anything you want to say to the people?
I will say I had a great point that I didn't get to use, but I do kind of want to just say it because it was just something I've been thinking about. And I think OmniMan, for my Dragon Ball Z fans out there, I think OmniMan is the Raditz of Invincible. A guy who, in the early episodes of Dragon Ball Z, seems like, oh my gosh, he's this huge threat. He is incredible. And then you get to people like Beerus and Jiren and Cell, and then you look back at Raditz, and you're like, what's that? I didn't get to use that in the thing, but it is food for thought. I do like it.
I think about Raditz probably more than I should. And I've thought about that as well. They're just like, he's over 9,000. 9,000. Like by the end of like some of the later Dragon Ball, like small children are like 100,000. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know, like the characters get up into the trillions or whatever. You know, power level as a number is just their way of doing scope creep. If you've ever played like one of these, what do you call them, tycoon games in like Fortnite or Roblox, how you start with being like, man, I got to get 100 coins. That's crazy. But then they exponentially go up to the point where you're getting septillion coins for like one action. And that's Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is the Roblox tycoon game of anime.
Yeah.
Snurt says power levels are bullpucky.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you don't always have to heighten. Look, I hate it. One of my least favorite things in superhero tropes, and they do that. Marvel's done this too, but a lot of places do, is taking the powers away from the hero and then just seeing what will happen when they lose their powers. And it's such an overused, clunky trope. Look, they did it in Spider-Man movies. They did it to Thor. And I think in the very first Thor movie, they did that. Like, we don't even know who he is. How are we going to appreciate him losing his powers when I barely know what his powers are in Thor 1? They did it to Iron Man. In like Iron Man 3, was it? The one where he ends up like with a kid in a garage somewhere. That was a weird movie.
Yeah, maybe I'm moving ahead, but I did recently rewatch Thor, and God, that movie's boring. It is. I never really liked that movie, but it's maybe the longest movie ever made. It's only 2 hours, but it might be the longest movie ever made.
You talking about Thor 1?
The first Thor.
You know, I tell you, when I first saw Thor 1, no, here's the deal. I saw it in theaters, and I remember feeling very underwhelmed when I left the theater and being like, you know what? I don't like movies where they take away the powers. I don't think they really established, like the first like 15 minutes when he's fighting like the Frost Giants or whatever. I'm like, this is awesome. And then they just sort of just get real slow and weird, and he's smashing coffee cups for no good reason. And it just made me unhappy. I went back and watched Thor maybe like last summer, again, trying to watch it with fresh eyes. And I enjoyed it a lot more on a later rewatch. I thought they had, what's his name? Was it Destructor? The big metal guy who kills everyone. Destroyer in Marvel Snap. He kills everybody. Yeah. And I thought that like that was very fun. I enjoyed seeing all of the other, the Thor, adjacent characters. There was a lot more to like in it watching it recently. So it's actually moved a little bit up in my estimation, but it was very low when it first dropped.
That's interesting. Interesting.
William says Phil Coulson is the best part of Thor 1, and he was excellent. I love him. I love Phil Coulson. Very, very good. Anyway, so we are now going to go to commercials. I know. Listen to this ad for BetterHelp. It might help you. They're not paying me to say that. They're paying me to say the other thing, but they're not paying me to say that. You're welcome, BetterHelp. Anyway, here's an ad break. We've got an email time. We've got some recommendations and further chatter right after this. That is not correct at all. You know what? This media thing
Play the
on
drum roll
Riverside
again.
is not the best. Here it is. I think it.
Yep,
I heard
something.
Perfect. Anyway, we gotta play the new song, the email song. I want to play the full version one more time. I think I don't think it got fully appreciated the last time we played it. So I want you, much like I did with Thor, I want you to come in with fresh ears, and I want you to hear it for all the joy that it is.
Let's hear from the community. Reading emails is our destiny. You've got a voice, you got something to say, and we're gonna read them, cause it's annoying to read. Now it's time to end this song, before it gets to be way too long to do anymore. We'll just prolong this intro, which would be wrong. It's who would win Masters. Email time. It's who would win Masters. Email time.
Wait, Sam's appearing in the chat to disrespect
That's,
the email time theme song? This is
Totally,
outrageous.
that's not me. That's clearly a drunk clone. So yeah, but yeah, it says
Oh, I think
hashtag.
I think that guy showed up to judge last week.
That's right. That's the guy. It says hashtag
man.
Sam's. This is even spelled. It should say hashtag Sam's decision song is greater than hashtag email theme song. But yeah, that's accurate actually. So I guess he's not that drunk right now.
Well, we love the Sam's Decision song. I'll say right now.
That's
We're
true.
all big fans. That one
That's
came out very well. The email song, I think, is glamorous, glorious,
The
and
email
joyous.
song, I will say, has greatly grown on me.
There you go.
I
This
enjoy
time I did
that song.
find that to be a little more appealing.
Sam,
That's
can
all
I
I'm
tell
gonna
you right
say.
now? I first sent Sam the email song, and he wrote me back like, "I hate you, and I might leave the show if you put this on the show." It's one of the most. It was one of the most gut wrenching things I've ever seen, and something I loved so much.
The joke is that it's overly long and just
And horrible.
like
And
we have to
it's
stop
just- it's
singing
just a
so we can
bad
do the emails, but we're gonna do
country
like 2
ballad,
more
yeah.
minutes of this.
Oh, the bit, people. We're doing a
Oh,
bit.
I love it. I love it.
It's not. It's not. I mean, it is a little.
I want to hear.
long.
No, I think the new bit should be every week Ray saying we should just play it one more time.
One more time. I think if you hear it one more time, you'll really like it. It's
Yeah,
one of those things I think that will catch up. When
that's
are
how
we
it
gonna?
got me. I wasn't a fan at first, but then a couple more one more times later, I was vibing.
When are we
Wait,
gonna
wait.
get pressed the Who Would Win Masters vinyl, so that you can have all of the great songs from Who Would Win Masters
it's just two
on
songs.
record?
It's an A-side and a
we got
B-side.
we got the intro. We got the outro.
That's fair.
We've got Sam's Decision. We have the email song.
And
I'll
you can
write
just
10
fill
more.
up the rest with like ad recordings.
That's right.
The
Better
Milk
help ads.
song. And yeah, William Schmidt says it's the Peter Griffin hurt his knee bit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It is. And see, and by
Yeah.
talking about the song for like
Ooh.
10 minutes after we played it, it makes the song even better.
No,
Is that how that
Anyway,
works?
I'm going to read Luke's email. Luke
Do
is been listening to the show for a little bit now. Loves to send us emails. I've taken a couple of his emails and like mushed them together and cut some. It would get very long if I read
There's
the
a-
entireties of all the emails. This
As
is already
opposed to the
pretty
song.
long. So
Yeah.
no, well, the song is gloriously short compared to how it could be. I'm right. You know what? I'm doing a Freebird style 18-minute version of the email song, and we're gonna play it one of these episodes, and then you'll
Oh,
really
God.
be wishing for the 1-minute version back.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I'll say about that. Anyway, Luke says, "Dear Ray and Sam," and I'll add Matthew in here as well because he's with us.
Thank you, Luke.
I've been listening to the audio dramas from Matthew Dawson's Mortalverse podcast.
Thanks.
I'm especially a fan of the Titans Rise series. That one is a solid piece of S-rank entertainment. I really liked this new episode / battle, Wonder Man versus OmniMan. To me, this one earns itself either an A rank or an S rank. I can't seem to decide, but it's a fun episode. Plus, I did say last time, the last episode, Scott Pilgrim versus Moon Knight, was fantastic. I was really happy with the ending and the results.
Mhm,
Moon Knight by a landslide. That one got an S rank. There you go.
All right.
Hashtag Ray is right. Hashtag Sam gets it. Hashtag let
Yeah.
the moon shine. I see
Yeah.
what you did there, and I like it. But back to Wonder Man versus Omni-Man. Matthew Dawson actually put in enough effort for me to be convinced that Wonder Man wins this. Why'd you need the word actually in
Yeah,
there?
why did I actually put in enough? Like it was a huge surprise.
Wow.
That is
That is a slap
is
in the
a
face
backhanded
to
compliment.
Sonic Goat.
It says actually, Matthew Dawson spoke coherently, and I couldn't believe it. No,
Wow,
pre-
that was
listen,
the biggest jab of the night.
He's praising you. I don't think he meant it like that. I will
No,
Luke, I got
he
your back on
did.
this. But that is
Reading
very, very
text
funny
is
to
hard.
me. Very funny. There are no physical innards for OmniMan to tear out, let alone destroy. Plus,
All
Wonder
right.
Man can, quote unquote, do this all day. Like Captain America, but OmniMan can't. He'll poop out at some point or another. Not to mention that Wonder Man provided the brainwave patterns for vision, and that speaks for itself in terms of being very level-headed. Among other things in the TLDR that Matthew Dawson and I managed to, okay, I don't always proofread these. He says Matthew Dawson managed to perfectly understand in a positive sense. Unlike Goku, Omni-Man is just a guy who punches, primarily speaking. And if there's one thing, God, that is a meme, isn't it? And if there's one, where's our T-shirt? Just a guy who punches.
There we go.
And with a picture of Matthew Dawson dressed as a little Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Nice.
That's what I want to see.
Oh, my birthday was last week. Come on.
Somebody get your AI on that.
Please
Or don't. That's fine.
Do
Put it
not
in the
put my
Discord.
face in
Put it in
AI.
the Discord.
Oh my
I
God.
approve photoshopping my face on Little Mac.
Okay, there you go, everybody. You got your marching orders.
Sweet.
I want to see it from one of you. Go to our Discord, get that in there. You know we want to see it. Anyway, if there's one thing life's taught me, it's that it's usually the more kind-hearted person who you really don't want to see angry. How do you breathe in space as a Viltrumite? That's the neat part. You don't.
You know.
Look what he needs to mimic a fraction of Wonder Man's power. Hashtag Ray is wrong this time. Hashtag wonderful energy. However, I'm still a tiny bit conflicted that it was Matthew who wowed me with his knowledge of Wonder Man, since he got my favorite blue boy, Sonic, the loss. Matthew,
Wow.
I think Luke's going to make like a 20-minute rant video about you repping Sonic to make this all go full circle.
Well, he liked Titans Rise, and that means the world to me. So thank you. I will take all the punches, I suppose, from just a guy who punches.
That's fair. That's fair. He says he switched over to a show called DC High Volume Batman for a little while.
Okay, you no longer have my support. No,
but he says he's coming back to the Mortalverse soon. It's not out of spite. He just loves some Batman stories. They cheer me up.
Sure.
Who doesn't like Batman, for Pete's sake?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mortalverse is going to do less Batman going forward, I think.
Right.
Oh, Little Mac versus Shaq Fu is suggested in the chat, and I can't not, I can't not agree. I don't know who wins that. That's amazing. But anyway, that is Luke's email right there. Luke, thank you so much for writing in. Keep going. I'll keep reading them. I munched a couple things together. That's all good. But here we go. We're getting towards the end right now. So let's talk a little bit about what we're playing and what we're watching. And I'm going to go back to the well again. I am knee deep in Sledgehammer Season 2 on my Sledgehammer rewatch. It's on Prime Video if you want to check it out. One of the better kind of parody TV show sitcoms that you can go get. And it's from 1987, I believe, in that zone. So it's a completely different era. Cop shows back then were really something else. And I'm really enjoying it. Season 2, nobody thought they'd get a season 2. So
Yeah.
they don't have nearly the budget they had in season 1 somehow. Usually shows go up in their budgets. Sledgehammer clearly took a step down in their budget, and it does show. So these season 2 episodes, while fun, are just not quite on the same level as season 1. I'll go ahead and say, and maybe they do a RoboCop parody in there. So I mean, I haven't gotten to that one yet, and I'm sure it's delightful. And William Schmidt reminds me, Fallout Season 2. I did also finish Fallout Season 2, which is wonderful. I'm not here to get mad about stuff that happens on a TV show about a video game that I really like. That's just weird, man. Like, you can not like it, but then just go watch something else. I don't need your whining. I enjoyed it. They made some weird decisions, and that's fine. Who cares? It's a fun show. More people are going to experience Fallout from the TV show than all the video games combined. And if you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. The TV show is how most people now are going to get this media, and it will only help make more Fallout games. It is a net positive. Anyway, that's my soapbox. I will get down off it now.
Yeah, no, Fallout was wonderful. I loved it. I like to start these with what the family's been watching. So anyone out there who's got small kids, my kids are 10 and 12 for reference. We watched Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children, which is kind of a Narnia-esque, we step into another world kind of situation. and it's really fun. I know it from what I've heard. For those of you who read the book, there's some big differences, but the movie's really well done. It's a really good time. There's like this whole sort of time travel and alternate world thing happening. So I don't want to give anything away too much, but yeah, it was good. And speaking of Fallout, one of the main peculiar children is Ella Purnell. So she's in both of those.
Everything.
She's great.
I only discovered her from the Fallout show, only to look back and find out she's been doing everything possible. For like 10
she was
years.
she was in something else that I really enjoyed, and I was like, she looks completely different in everything I've seen her in.
Oh yeah, and I found out that she's the voice of Jinx in the League of Legends Arcane show on Netflix, which is excellent. Like I'm a honk for League of Legends by all. Like I will tell you right now, I am biased. I used to work at Riot Games on League of Legends. Even though I got laid off from there, sadly, at one point, I still think very positively of that company and love it a lot. So I'm telling you that show is great. So you should believe me, but I don't want to pretend like I don't have deep inherent bias.
Oh, Yellow Jackets is the other thing that she is in. Which
Yellow
is
Jackets,
awesome.
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that is the best show you've ever seen about cannibalism.
Yeah, I'm scrolling her IMDb now, and she's also in Invincible.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Look at that. Nice.
A character named Jane, who I do not recall. Okay. One episode in season 2, which, all right, sure. You want to get Ella Purnell for one episode?
Oh, fine. Jane, obviously, huge deal. Huge
to
deal.
Play Jane, of course.
Jane. Dude, who could forget Jane?
Love Jane.
I'm sure you ran into a lot of Jane in your OmniMan research.
No, it was 98% Jane, 2% OmniMan. I had to cut the Jane just for time.
Maybe Jane could fight MCU Wonder Man.
I think look, we need fair battles, Matthew Dawson. What are you talking about? Anyway, Matthew, what have you been watching? What's on your tube?
Man, somehow over the last 10 years, I completely missed all the Netflix Marvel stuff, your Daredevils and all that.
Wow.
So I've been slowly getting through those. Okay. I'm almost done with season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Very good.
Which is just incredible. It's so good. Like, it's been so good. I can't even, Daredevil season 1 I enjoyed, but Jessica Jones season 1, there's a point where I just locked in. And
yeah, Jessica Jones was great. Like, out of all of the things that came out at that time, like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones really stood out.
One thing I do want to say is there's going to be a point in that watch of the Netflix shows where you're going to be on Iron Fist, and you're going to be a couple episodes in, and you're going to want to quit. And I'm here to tell you right now.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead and quit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I remember right, the finale is pretty decent, but it's kind of rough getting to that point. So just skip ahead to the finale, and you're probably fine.
I've been warned thoroughly about Iron Fist, and now it only makes me more curious to watch it.
I don't know that I got past one episode now that I think about it. I'll have to check my history.
I did. I got like 3 deep in Iron Fist, and I was like, oh boy, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make myself slog through this thing, but it just doesn't have any of the gravitas of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, or Daredevil. It's just not as strong. And I'm not here to bag on anything. Like, a lot of people worked very hard on that show. And honestly, the guy they cast to play Danny Rand Iron Fist, while I think it's that I don't like the character. He did a great job portraying the comic book version of Iron Fist. It's just that it was written to be a kung fu rich white dude who doesn't wear shoes. And I just don't think I care for that fellow, but it was very accurately portrayed. And I don't think he did a bad job. It's just when your lead character is a little bit of a clunker, I had a hard, but I'll say there's some good kung fu in there, some good battle scenes, especially the guy, he fights a guy who's like a drunken master, I believe, at some point, which you could probably find that on YouTube. I thought that fight and that character were very good. I heard afterwards that that character, that actor was originally potentially going to play Iron Fist.
Okay.
And that he's phenomenal. Like, that guy is worth price of admission, but the rest of it,
Would
Doesn't
you
do as
say the
much
show
for me.
would have been better if they did cast him as Iron Fist?
I don't know. I would have liked the character a lot better. I could say that. There were just some
Okay.
aspects about Danny Rand that just I didn't want to root for him. I wanted his
Oh.
company
Yeah.
to go under. It's like,
Right.
you know, it's like if Batman wasn't cool, then you root for Bruce Wayne to hit the poorhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
just me.
no, like Jessica Jones, the first few episodes, for those who haven't watched it, which I'm sure is no one listening, it's a little bit of a slow start, but Luke Cage showing up, I didn't expect it, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're
Yeah.
doing Luke Cage already? That's dope.
Yeah.
And then, like, once it gets going, man, I haven't been able to put
crushes.
it down.
It's
yeah,
so
Doctor
good.
Who-
Right.
It gets mean.
Yeah. Drunk Doctor
Oh,
Who.
excuse me.
It's messed up.
The Doctor. For those people.
Hey.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go to round 2. Let's see here. I did finish Wonder Man. We're not going to spoil
me
it.
too.
Sam finished Wonder Man. Matthew, you're 3 episodes deep into Wonder Man. I really liked the show The Studio with Seth Rogen. If you want to see like a good show about Hollywood that really like that thing hits the pulse of what Hollywood is, Seth Rogen's The Studio on, I believe, Apple TV. It's wonderful. The first opening scene of Wonder Man, sight unseen, is more Hollywood cringy, awkward. I was screaming at my TV than everything I saw in The Studio. And all The Studio is cringy Hollywood. I'm screaming at my TV to please get some common sense. And that opening scene of Wonder Man made me feel things that were upsetting in a good way. And I really like that show. I liked him and Ben Kingsley as, you know, the Mandarin, Trevor
So
Slattery,
good.
I believe his name is, the actor. And they do a little bit of, there's a couple of things with like retconning and things that based on my previous knowledge of how they explain Trevor Slattery makes me go, wait a minute. But you know what? I don't care. I'll go with it. I will let it be. Sam, what did you feel about Wonder Man?
No, I loved it. I like, you know, the first episode, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into. I'm not very familiar with the Wonder Man character. And so I was like, whatever it is, let's just do it. You know, it's going to be our episode. I just want to experience this and see, you know, where it goes. And I have to say the living in Hollywood in a crappy apartment aspect of it hit a little too close to home, and I was just like,
it's a little real. To be fair,
it was
Sam,
so
wasn't his apartment
horribly well done.
much nicer than the ones we've lived in?
I mean, a little bit, but yeah, but it's still not very big, right? Like, it's still really just that one room, and like, you know, maybe another room that has no door. I think, you know, but
it's like a Hollywood version of a crappy Hollywood apartment.
Yeah,
we've all lived in much smaller and much grosser. I'll say
it was
that.
close enough. I mean, it's not a, you know, when I was first looking for an apartment, I went out somewhere in, I'm going to say it was Panorama City. This is 20 years ago.
Love me some Panorama City.
And I found an apartment that at the time, year 2000, was something like $300 a month, right?
Whoa!
This was a single room. It was straight out a studio apartment with a toilet. There's no bathroom. There was just a toilet in that single room. And I was like, you can never have guests here. So I passed on that.
Oh, boy. You should have told me. Granted, I hadn't moved to Hollywood for 5 years until 5 years later, and you didn't know me, but you still should have reached out. I would have been all about it.
That's fair. That's fair.
God, my first apartment, it was a 2-bedroom that I split, and it was like $2,500 or $3,000 a month.
Oh my
gosh.
Working in restaurants at the time, like it was absurd. Like half of my money every month would just go to my rent.
But thankfully, it's
Absolute
gotten so much more
nonsense.
reasonable here.
Right, yeah. Anyway, Sam, what you got else for us here? We'll do one more round and then we'll call it.
All right, so yeah, we already talked about Fallout and Wonder Man, which were all the points I was going to be making. But yeah, the other two things I watched this past week or so are Shorzy, which is the spin-off of Letterkenny, which, if you're not familiar, is it is a very weird Canadian sitcom. Shorzy focuses on the hockey elements of this world that was created in Letterkenny, and it's so weird because, like, in the Letterkenny show, Shorzy was just this sort of side note bit that was off screen, kind of like the neighbor in Home Improvement, where you never really see him because he's actually played by the same guy that plays the main guy in Letterkenny. And he's just off screen cursing up a storm. And then they were like, and here's a whole show based on this character. And I was like, I feel like I'm not going to really like this, but I liked Letterkenny, so I'm going to give it its chance. And they do make him more redeemable in the Shorzy show. So it's interesting. If you like Letterkenny, go for it.
Good.
And then the other thing I've been watching, which is like my wife and I's one of the favorite things that have come out in the last 3 years, is on Apple Plus, which is Shrinking, which is fantastic. It's obviously, if you haven't figured it out, it's about shrinks, and it is, sorry, my cat's doing stuff. Jason, oh god damn it, who is that guy? I should have these notes already in front of me because that would make this easier.
I would tell you, but
Jason
I forgot
Segel.
to.
Yeah, Jason Segel and Han Solo, playing Han Solo, Harrison Ford. And it's one of those sort of like, things just got so dark before the show happened that you have to make light of it kind of things. You know, like his wife was killed, and that's where you start the show.
Oh boy.
And as it goes on,
what a
Harrison
comedy.
Ford is dealing with like Parkinson's, and it's, you know, it's a lot of like heavy life stuff and how these people continue on through it. So yeah, it's weirdly funny, but also very touching.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love that. Matthew Dawson, one more round. What you got?
I'm actually going to recommend a comic I recently caught up with. Absolute Batman needs no introduction, but it's incredible. Anyone out there who is not reading Absolute Batman, go to your local comic shop and pick it up. It is just, it's everything Batman needs to be right now. It is just a reinvention of every character, I'm sure everyone's seen Absolute Joker at this point, and Absolute Bane. It's just insane what Scott Snyder and the team over there is cooking for Absolute Batman, and it's incredible. It's incredible.
Absolute Batman is the one where his logo becomes an axe. Is that correct? Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Space
gets
emblem.
a handle, clips it onto his logo, and it's
right
a
up there.
battle axe.
It's so ridiculous. But
And his ears come out, and they're like knives.
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
All right.
crazy.
Obviously, I need to get caught up on that. My last thing to talk about here, I want your video game horror slop recommendations. I'm talking single A, double A horror games. I'm a big fan. I haven't played enough of them lately. I just played one called, That Is Not My Neighbor, which is just an absurd game where you play as a doorman in an apartment building in a world where monster doppelgangers exist, and they're trying to get into the building, pretending to be the people in the building, and so they can eat the people in the building. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Very fun. And I want your horror slap recommendations. I did have somebody recommend me 7 Days to Die was suggested to me by William Schmidt. I have not played that, actually. I should probably play that. It looks pretty good. It is on my long list, I should say. But I'm looking at just really the stuff that looks like pixel art, the stuff that is 2 hours long or less. I'm talking like Poppy Playtime Chapter 1. Give me the Huggy Wuggy. That's the good stuff right there.
Have you played Iron Lung?
I have not played Iron Lung. What is that?
Okay. That is there actually is a movie that just came out by the YouTuber Markiplier about it.
Yeah.
And it's basically you are in a submarine and you are in an ocean of blood. And you are trying to navigate to certain points, but you can't see because the entire thing is closed off. So you have a little camera that you hit to see what's outside to try and guide you to where you're at. It takes like maybe an hour to beat.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Interesting.
It's kind of right up your alley. Pixel art. It's yeah. And there's a movie now. So if you like it and you want to check out a movie, check it out a movie.
I like that.
Right.
Cool.
And
we got one more thing to talk about before we get out of here today.
That's right.
Yeah. We got the next battle. Are you guys ready to hear what this next battle is?
I'm so excited.
We have, I said before at the end of season 1, we had one person still left in the hopper, if you will, getting onto the show. And we're getting to him. Cameron Sullivan, Cam Sully, it will be coming on the show. He's the host of the, what's the name of his podcast? I'm so embarrassed.
No.
I should probably get this right for the show.
I want to say it, but I don't want to be wrong.
No, because I know I'll be wrong if I say it
Sullys.
out loud. It's Cam Sully and the Sullys.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed right now. Thank God this isn't being recorded live with people watching.
You realize you could just cut and edit this and come back.
Oh,
You know what? I'm
better.
sure the show is great. I'm sure it's great.
And Ray
Oh my
has such
gosh,
a good
why-
history of cut and editing and making sure that the errors don't show up. So you just
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
this whole part
got a
won't be
contract open.
here.
Hasn't shown up
Nothing's
this
happening.
episode.
It's gonna be fine.
Where's
Okay.
Delvin? He needs to pop in.
Oh yeah, how come Delvin
Cameron
isn't
Sullivan of the Jacked Up Review
Oh, yeah, Jacked Up.
podcast will be joining us. And his this is a weird. That's it's one of the weirder battles we've done. We have video game character Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell series of games, and I believe they made a TV show as well. Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell versus Imhotep, the Mummy from the Mummy movies, that one with Brendan Fraser. Sam Fisher versus Imhotep
All right.
the Mummy. I have not done the research for this one yet. I have my work cut out for me. On the good news, I get to watch The Mummy again, which is an absolutely phenomenal film. And so I'm here for that. I don't know. Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell, it's a stealth action game where he is a well-armed modern combatant with laser vision, night vision,
Yeah,
and
night
he
vision. Yeah.
sneaks around and picks people off when they're not looking, versus the Mummy, who has scarabs, I think. I got to do the research. I don't have a lot to say about it right off the top of my head.
Okay. All right.
Guys, I don't always know the characters going into it. I'm going to say
That's
it's
fine.
the movie version of The Mummy. So we're going to talk about The Mummy, maybe The
Okay.
Mummy Returns. I don't know if he appears in all those. Might be a different mummy for all I know. I'm making guesses. You guys caught me at the beginning of the process where I am not nearly as competent. And by
Right.
the time we get to the full process, we're going to know everything.
All right. That's fair.
Oh, I'm
I
already
am
doing
ready to
Brendan
make my
Fraser
decision.
Mummy for sure. Oh, great. Perfect. All right. Well, let's. I mean, fine. Here we go.
The notes say plug for movie night. Do we not have a plug for movie night? Or oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Enough
All
of that.
right.
Plug for
Enough of
movie night. We don't have a time on the books for movie night. We obviously
Okay.
have 2 more Fridays it could be if we're going to do it on a Friday. And that seems to be working out pretty well so far. So I'll check the schedule. I'll see what's going on. I'll see if we can get some
All right.
guests.
All right. Watch for.
I got nothing
updates
right
in
now.
the,
For all
the
I know, it's going to
Patreon
be
for that.
Friday the 20th. Yeah, it very well could be Friday the 27th, though, as my calendar looks pretty empty that day.
You missed the perfect opportunity to do Friday 13th to watch Jason X.
You're making good points.
That is a
But
good point.
the Friday was a little packed for me
Yeah.
on Friday the 13th. But the good news is, I believe it's because of February, we will have a Friday the 13th in March as well. Am I wrong about that?
Ooh, is that true?
Is it because February is only 28 days? And so, yep, Friday the 13th in March. Well, maybe we're going to do a thing.
Look at that.
Maybe we'll
Maybe
do a
it's
thing.
Jason X time finally.
All right.
Get ready for that. Anyway, Matthew Dawson, plug some stuff and we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, if you want to listen to Mortalverse, check out Mortalverse wherever you get podcasts, and on YouTube we do superhero audio dramas that are way better than the official stuff. I mean, come on. Anyway, I don't want to catch a case with Warner Brothers, but go listen to our stuff. Titans Rise, Justice League Dark, Batman Beyond, Justice League Mortal. We did thing about Aquaman going to McDonald's. It's great. Go check them out.
Absolutely. I'm going to say right now, Batman Beyond was real good. I'm not just saying
I
that because I was in it. I'm saying it because I was in it and it's real good. So you should
I
probably go
appreciate it.
check that out on the Mortalverse.
Speaking of bat-related audio dramas, Ray, we have a vampire thing coming out, maybe?
Well, I'm working on, I'm trying to get the ending right for episode 8. I have the ideas for episodes 9, 10 and beyond, and I've just been working on other stuff. My new high energy, high octane video game position that I've been working in is only going to get rougher, which means less time for these kind of things. More really, it means less energy for these kinds of things. But I will say the script for episode 8 is probably about 90% done. So there will be a time fairly soon if I could just put in that. I actually was working on it yesterday as we record this. So it is real close to being completed and getting in the hands of the actors and starting that process. And once it's in the hands of the actors, I can start writing episode 9, which is going to be, which I've been excited to write episode 9 for like 2 years now. I've known what it's going to be and what's going to happen in it for a long time. And if you're a fan of Reclaim Detroit, it's not, don't ever think it's dead. I'm going to keep making episodes as long as people will keep letting me make episodes. I'm just making them for me, and so they come out when I want to do it. That's all I got right there.
Check it out.
Check it out, Reclaim Detroit, a Vampire the Masquerade audio drama. I wrote it, produced it, I'm in it. There's 7 episodes currently on its own podcast feed. Great. You should probably do it.
All right.
Sam, get us out of here.
Thank you, Matt, for joining us. Thank you, everyone who's in the live chat. And that's it. We're going to close the book on this battle, but you can keep the debate for this episode and many more rolling on our Who Would Win Masters Discord. You can find the link in the places where links are. Make sure to join us over at Patreon, patreon.com/whowouldwinmasters, so you get first dibs at the next polls and links to the movie nights and links to the wrap-up episodes. And if you think you've got what it takes to step into the challenger's chair and you've got a bunch of counterpoints already written, record a 1-minute video demo of yourself, send it to whowouldwinmasters@gmail.com, and who knows, maybe we'll see you next time across from Ray. We're heading back to the arena next week, and we will see you then. For Who Would Win Masters, this is Sam Proof. Stay strong.